Sunday Night Live, what's up? This one's going to be quick and short. If you got questions, type them out real quick. We will answer any of your questions. Woodland stacked micro rigs. Coyote 12 gauge micro rigs. Gray black 12 gauge. Solid gray 12 gauge. OD 308s. Subgun micros. There's Coyote and Woodland, or Coyote and multicam in there. There's an Alpine 12 gauge micro. These are all right hands. We have probably all of those also in left hands. Large tool bags, mini colors, standard tool bags across the top, small closed bags, medium closed bags, large tool bags over here. These are all toiletry bags. If you see a color that you're not sure of, just ask. Pelter wraps, padded hearing protection cases for your ear pro. Patch wall hangers. Guys will bolt those to walls to put Velcro pouches and stuff. Mag cards to hold flashlights, knives, multi-tools. Put them inside of gun safe doors also. Bifold tool carriers. Multicam black, and Woodland. Compact tear-off med pouches, ankle med kits. Those go around your ankle. Black bifold tool carriers right there also. Some more standard size tool bags right here. A few different colors. Tiff blue fanny packs. Solid black fanny packs. Coyote stacked micro rigs. These are the blue medical backpacks. These are online to order. There's also vehicle med bags matching color. We'll walk through here, see what's out here. As in what we're starting next week. Black large tool bags. Looks like red M cabs. Primer colored large tool bags. Those are those gray green ones. Looks like stacked micros probably. Multicam black FUPA danglers. Black medium closed bags. 500 IV pouches. Multicam black FUPAs. Coyote closed bags. That'll all run this coming week. These here are gray fanny packs, so those will be coming up this week, as well as all of this. There's a bunch. AKM4 micros out here. Compact tear-off med pouches in Woodland. Backwoods Butcher, what's up? Overton, what's going on? David Ortiz, Easy K. Jake, what's up? Amy. John Witherspoon, what's going on, man? John, you got 2 puppies, huh? That's cool. Lemaster, what's up? Landon. Benjamin, what's up? Last podcast sounded a little distraught. I don't know what you're talking about. Jeff is just fine. Sarah, what's going on? Patrick, Iowa Homestead, what's up? Who got the text tonight? 50 on, 33 thumbs up. Guys, we need you to hit that thumbs up there. Benjamin got it. Chase got it. Patrick got it. Right on. Easy K got the text. Sarah. Tattoo, what's up? Scott, what's going on? Wolf, what's up? John Witherspoon got the text. Anybody get tracking last week? Anybody placing orders? Already got shipping? Already got tracking last week? Anybody receive any SOE product this weekend? Chase, yeah, we were up in Bowling Green this weekend, man. Went up for an antique flea market, kind of. That was super lame. Went to a couple other places. Went to a place we'd never been to before, an antique place with like actual antiques. Usually you walk in and you're like, where's your one antique that's in this entire building? But this place had a lot of cool stuff. And father was there. He started the place 40 years ago. Daughter was there. She's kind of running it now with him. Super cool. We exchanged all our social medias and stuff. And she's super into like conspiracy theories and shit. So she followed the podcast and everything. Pretty cool. Went in the cave and didn't freak out. Buying Christmas present to yourself soon. What do you think you're getting, Backwoods? Got 2 orders. Looking forward to shipping notifications. Patrick, right on. Thanks for the orders. Easy. Got a text, right on. Latest pulling the thread was great. Thanks, man. OD 308 rig. Day of the Dead on Friday, and they were above mid-tier. Yeah, mid-tier. Mid-tier. We can't wrap the truck in Typhon because that's super mid-tier. Evan Dixon, what's up, man? Thinking about the 12 gauge. Right on. Right on. What color do you think you're getting, Backwoods? Tool bags are way nicer in person. Man, tool bags they're great. And if you got a tool bag, you're going to really love the large tool bag. Brian, yeah, had a good weekend. I'm a little tired, man. We ran up to Jackson, and within like 90 minutes hit Sam's Club, a couple of other stores, Tractor Supply, and then went and had sushi, came back, and Amanda's like, man, I feel beat up. Yeah, I feel beat up too. It's just from being in the truck so long. Yesterday. Coyote wallet this weekend. Nice. Thanks for the orders, guys. I was at the range today. 3 tool bags and a day pack. Couldn't do without them. Were you shooting long distance? Were you out like 100, 200? Working your dope for 100, 200 yards? Driving takes a toll. Riding in the vehicle, man. Used large tool bag this weekend. Redoing a bathroom. Nice, Chase. Nice. Yeah, I had a large tool bag with me. Had a mini pack. Had the new mid-size pack. Had a fanny pack with me. Shit, I don't know. I had a ton of other stuff too, but that's what I intentionally took. Hoping for black with red thread. Yeah, send an email, man. We have not done those. We did some cop rigs in that black red. We've not done the shotguns in a long time like that. Paper at 100. Right on. Cool. Looks like we got some more bifold tool carriers here. These come with a large pocket and 2 small pockets. More shotgun cards. Looks like we got stacked micros starting to come off the line. Got some subloads right there. Yeah, the mesh pockets are great. They really are. How'd you like the new pack? Chase, I've been carrying the new pack for about 4 weeks now. I built it because it's what I wanted. I like it. Have you ever been to San Diego? Yeah, fool. I'm from San Diego. I lived there for 30 fucking years. Yeah, I've been to San Diego a couple times. Finally went to Jackson for the first time in a few weeks ago. Huge town. Oh yeah, Jackson's bigger than where we're at. But it's not like, man, you go to Nashville or Bowling Green or Memphis or Louisville, those are big cities.
Yeah, big compared to Camden.
Yeah, everything's big compared to Camden. The look on your face when you realized Scully was wearing soft armor was hilarious. Yeah, I saw him put it on too. I just forgot he fucking had it on there. Because he was standing up pulling his shirt up. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Louisville. Louisville. But have you ever been to Tennessee? Nope, I've never been to Tennessee. Looked at Kentucky Festival to see if you were carrying it, but you had my mini pack. Yeah, I had the mini pack. You know why? Because I left. I intended to take this, and I left it sitting right here. And when we went to get out of the truck, I realized I didn't have it, so I threw my stuff from the large tool bag into the mini pack. Dave, what's up? I was in Bowling Green last weekend. Tattoo didn't get to see. Oh, the town's huge. It's really laid out large. It sprawls. Here in San Diego right now. Been here more than 30 years. Leaving soon for Tennessee. EV. You're gonna love it. You'll hear all kinds of shit about culture shock, and it's all horse shit, man. It's all horse shit. Ever been to Beijing? Nope, not Beijing. He's asking the guy to ask you if you've been to San Diego. Oh, I don't know what we're talking. Maybe I'm missing some comments here. Drive a truck. Never go to Memphis again without a full loadout. We go to Memphis, I don't know, once a month, every other month. We've never had a problem in Memphis. Just like Memphis.
The only problem I've ever had in Memphis is the drivers.
Yeah,
Other than that,
but that's everywhere. Like we've not, you know where you're supposed, you know when you shouldn't fucking be there.
right.
Got a message today that I was Scully's first Patreon subscription. Made my day. Right on. Ever been to Lobelville area? I think I have. Camden is the farthest west I've ever been. Definitely some culture in Tennessee. Yeah, but it's not like, that's what everybody like, oh, you're in for a culture shock. Man, it was exactly what we wanted when we moved to Tennessee. Hey, cut that stuff. And then, like, if you are from San Diego and you move to Tennessee and you feel like you miss home for a minute, go to Nashville. Nashville's fucking just like San Diego. All the same shops. If you find a Books A Million or a Barnes and Noble, it's going to be right next to a Starbucks. There's going to be a TJ Maxx. There's going to be there's going to be a Ross Dress for Less. Like it's like the same developers planned it all out. Ever been to Lobelville area? Parthenon? I've been to Parthenon in Nashville. Got a message today. We get that from people coming up our way. People call it the south of the north. Nashville is the Las Vegas of the east. Yeah, I guess it is. I still like Las Vegas. What holster do you guys recommend for Glock 19 to go along with the FUPA? Get you anything flat backed that'll Velcro in there from whatever Kydex company you like. We have these. You index them where you want them, cut the excess off and put them in there. But nothing beats a quality Kydex holster. The city of lost souls. Very transient. Oh my God, how sad. Will not be spending time in Nashville. Going to Nashville is like going to San Diego. There's rural San Diego. There's downtown San Diego. There's a little gay part that's known for being, you know, where the gay clubs are. Like, you could go to San Diego and have a totally different experience every day. You have to go where what you're going for is, right? Go to what you want to, you know, participate in. Taking the wrong turn, ended up in the Barrio Hillcrest. I've been going down the holster wormhole looking for a cross draw for your judge. I don't know anything about it, man. Ammo cards that'll fit 412 shells. Yeah, I thought we talked about that when you were here. You can put them in the rifle ammo cards. They hold 8 rounds. I think these hold 8 rounds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Vegas is 2 cities, the Strip and Vegas, yeah. And a lot of what we call Vegas isn't even like Vegas, right? It's Henderson or outside of, Vegas. You could fly, what's that, McLaren there? You could fly into Las Vegas, drive an hour from the airport, never see any of the Las Vegas shit, and still feel like you got your money's worth. NSR Jaeger in my FUPA with SOE Velcro. I would get a flat holster to go in there. We've talked to a lot of holster companies, and they fucking just take their same fucking holster and wrap Velcro. Will it do it? Yes. Get a company to make a flat holster for this thing. Several do. Who, Amanda? Eclipse will do a flat one? Eclipse. That's what most of our guys have. Eclipse. Amanda has Eclipse. Are you sure, or you think so?
I'm positive I've got one.
Flat that Velcro's in?
Yeah.
I'd look at Eclipse holster, guys. We're friendly with a lot of companies. We've reached out to friends of companies, hooked them up with very big deals, and they completely shit the bed. So I'm not recommending any of the holster companies we've been recommending that has been recommended over the last decade. I'm not recommending them. They can't even do our shit right. I'm not sending customers to them. Eclipse makes a great fucking holster. Overton, do you have something else you would recommend? Mike Glover put out a video this weekend in LA. Yeah, with Jock Osborne. Yeah. Eclipse makes a flat piece that can attach to their holster. Not quite the ticket. Got it. Overton says they don't. Eclipse has like a flat piece. We had like Christian made a flat back holster that went in our shit for years.
Yeah, they called it the Bob.
They called it the Bob.
I don't know that they make it anymore.
Apparently they don't. I don't think Christian's really involved with the company anymore. We gave Christian holster order. We gave him a deal, a huge, enormous deal. And the holster we got, when you clipped it in, it rattled around. It made all kinds of fucking noise. And the pistol holster that they sent was not flat on the back. It was half-ass deal. This was the biggest deal of their life. And they didn't fucking send a product. It's like they didn't even test fit it. So if you make a fucking even a halfway decent holster and can make that motherfucker flat on the back and make a dual pistol mag that's flat on the back that Velcro's in, you have potential right now to have a huge fucking market because there's not anybody doing it 100%. Crossbreed holster in the waist, flat leather back. I want to say Alien Gear has a flat back, but they're, well, Alien Gear, yeah. Does Alien Gear do all Kydex? Tim? How much oyster shell should you add to your chicken feed? I don't know, just give them a little sprinkling of it. Give them some little diatomaceous earth also. And the whole oyster shell thing, that's if you're keeping your birds locked up where they can't get, you'll hear people put all kinds of shit in chicken feed. Your chickens are eating all kinds of shit, to include shit that you wouldn't think that they should eat. Do you not have any calcium in the soil where you're at? Because they'll get it, right? Calcium is very inexpensive. Oyster shell is very inexpensive to add into it. So you could totally do that. Just, once a week, just sprinkle a little over their feed and give them some diatomaceous earth also. Now, don't breathe that shit, right? Try to breathe as little of it as you can. Don't inhale the dust from diatomaceous earth or the oyster shell. That Atlanta chick on Frisella has all the oyster shells. Jeff, I don't know what we're talking about. Add oyster shell and they eat around it. That's what I'm saying, Aaron. They don't really eat it, but they will if they need it. They'll eat some if they need it. Hybrid holsters belong in the trash. I'm with you, Evan. I agree. Shit is nasty. Yeah, it turns into concrete in your lungs. So inhale as little as possible. Yeah, chickens eat lizards. If you have a chicken die, anybody that keeps chickens, guys, I know this is a shock to some people. Anybody who keeps chickens, chickens die. Animals die. If you leave that motherfucker out there, those birds will eat it. You'll have a bird lay an egg and its asshole will pop out. It'll prolapse out. When you find that bird will be walking around and it'll have a hole in its ass in that the other chickens ate out big enough to put your fist in. And that chicken will run around until it dies, and those other chickens will eat it until it dies while it's alive. Oyster shell because the lady at Tractor Supply. Yeah, keep in mind, people, the lady at Tractor Supply usually doesn't have any fucking chickens. That's not all Tractor Supplies, but most people at Tractor Supply, they're just there as though it's a job. And when they weren't working at Tractor Supply, they were working at Kmart or Walmart or somewhere else. That's not all of them, but that is most of them. And also, anything, and I buy a lot of shit at Tractor Supply, guys. Anything you can buy at Tractor Supply, you can get somewhere else for less money. Eagle, what's up? Yeah, chickens are savage. You got to look at those like little dinosaurs. Last CTI on Frisella, Atlanta oyster chick had me in tears. I guess I missed that one. 0G is designed to Velcro into a bag. Got layer pellet, flock razor, chicken starter, black fly larva. Okay, so bang bang. So you're new to chickens. You can do all of that. I don't know where you live. Do you have a co-op? If you have a co-op near you, you can get all of that for way cheaper. Growing season coming to an end. Harvested well over 100 pounds of food from the garden this year. Didn't weigh. Small scale. Right on. At least you did it. Now you know how to do it on a little bit bigger scale next year. And are you keeping, bang bang, are you keeping your chickens confined, or are they able to run around? Like, do you have them in a backyard, or do you have them where they have access to a, half acre of property? Because that's going to change what you feed them too. You think Larry Vickers will go and serve time in prison, or will he get a sweetheart deal? No, he'll only get a if he doesn't do time in prison, it's because he gave somebody up. And I haven't looked at it a lot. I don't know. They come at people with huge sentences, and then they want you to give somebody up. That's how federal system works. If the feds indicted him, he is going to jail. It's just a question of how much time, and the less time he does, that's the bigger or more people that he gave up. Finally relocated our chickens to our rental house. It's been excellent. Kids are learning responsibility. That's great, man. Moving away from Tractor Supply, supporting local grain store. Yeah, find a local place. You'll get your feed so much cheaper. Now, if you're like in a house and you have these things in the backyard, different story. Tractor Supply. I go to Tractor Supply because they have everything I need in one place. I do not buy feed at Tractor Supply though. Video creator is a vet, right? I watch the shorts all the time. Thank you for your service. Love you, brother. Welcome home. Let all vets my family appreciates it. Jack, I don't know what you're talking about, buddy. Neither of my video guys are veterans. Scully was in the Marine Corps. He's been out, I think, 15 15, 20 years now. I am not a veteran. And then the other parts of the comment there, I'm not sure what you mean. I'm going to let them out some when I'm outside. Brother-in-law has a feed store, so I get my feed at wholesale prices. That's even better. They don't indict without already knowing you're guilty. Yeah, that's in the federal system. You're guilty until you can prove innocent. That's the deal, and they're going to come even when you give nobody up. They're going to come to you halfway through your sentence and give you a chance to come home by giving somebody up. And when you tell them, "I don't have anything to say," they will tell you, "Oh, don't worry about that. We will tell you what to say." France, World War I. That's right. Jagbird. We were with Jagbird units also. I'm gonna share that homegrown sarin gas recipe. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't even know what you're talking about. DJ Guzman, what's up, man? They indicted Vickers for doing something that everybody who has machine guns does. They're after him to get to somebody else. They're after him because it's a name that everybody knows. Oh, if I was in World War I got it. I wasn't sure. It's highly possible that there's a video out there somewhere of us talking about sarin gas. All of that came with the birds. I got 3 hens a coop with a house for $200. Got them 10 by 14 covered chicken coop wire. Cool. Cool. FW Sykes, what's up? Better filter that through a cigarette. Yeah, Vickers is being used as an example, no doubt. Custom color for pouches, depends what it is, man. Just depends. If you have to ask me if I do it, the answer is probably no. So now that you've asked, tell me what it is so that everybody else can hear that we're not going to do it, or that maybe we will. What is it you're asking for? Half the time somebody's like, "Hey, do you build this custom?" We already make it. Like, it's literally on the website. You could order it already. Have you heard the recent podcast with the surviving daughter of Ruby Ridge? Yeah, I have. I really like those people. Good Simple Living. They seem to be doing huge with their new channel. Yeah, I like those guys. We met Randy Weaver several times. I remember her. She was hot. She was hot when we were going to like Soldier of Fortune show. She was always in there with some tall combat boots, and she was always very attractive. She isn't really now compared to then, but just start calling every tool bag custom on-off build just for you. Yeah, I want half and half black and gold color, gold on the left, black on the right. Yogi, I don't know what I still don't know what pouch you're talking about, buddy. I can tell you we're not going to do that though. I don't have anything gold. Another hen, a rooster, and 5 chicks. Okay, what did Bang Bang say he got? I'm going to get them. My brother-in-law has a feed store. 3 hens. Okay. Are you, if you add a rooster into the mix, I'm assuming you live like in a neighborhood or somewhere based on the coop and how you're doing your stuff. You might just want to not have a rooster at all. What chest rig would we recommend around $250, Adam? The truth is, you're talking to a dude that doesn't know the name of the cost of the chest rigs. I design them, I build them. I don't know what these things cost. You can see them all on the website. SOEtacticalgear.com, and pricing's there, links to video is there, everything's there. It doesn't matter what costs $250. It matters on what you want your rig to do. Do you want to carry 4 mags? Do you want to carry 8 mags? Do you want to have sustained stuff, extra medical, communications, incendiaries, smoke? Like, what do you need this rig to do? Hosfeld, current events, welcome, buddy. Jason, what's up, man? Rooster can equal pissed off neighbors, for sure. Stacked micro. Does the stacked micro cost $250? What's the stacked micro cost? Oh yeah, it sure as shit is, $265. See, I didn't even know what these cost. This is somebody's order shipping tomorrow. Great video on the channel, stacked micro rig. Yep. And with the stacked micro, you can add the slim padded H harness, which will also allow you to add a hydration carrier, which you don't have to put hydro in. You could put other stuff in it. Finishing up t-shirts. I got to take the kid to Maps. Where is Maps here? 8 mag, 350, 375. Highlander, what's up? Cody, what's up? The big thing they wanted Vickers on was importation laws. Yes, but what they're getting them on is the books. Every machine gun guy, in order to get machine guns that you can't buy, you get dealer samples. If you want like a current machine gun, you can't own it. You have to get a law enforcement agency to say, hey, we'd like to check this out. You bring it in, you put it on your books. That's how you get, for instance, a SAW 249 or something like that. You put it on your books, and when a law enforcement agency wants to see it, you go out and demo it. And they're saying that he didn't go out and demo it. Just figured out tonight that a Refuge Medical SOB insert fits great in the big pouch on the micro. Yep, yeah, they do. The big pouch on the micro holds all kinds of shit. A ton of shit. It also holds 2 pull-out med trays, so you can organize your medical perfectly. When you put the pull-out med tray in here, it leaves you half the pouch. You can put 2 more AR mags in there. You can put a full-size smoke. You could put 4 M4 mags in here, or you could put 2 pull-out med trays, so your medical is completely organized. You pull it out, it's exposed. You don't have to take it out of a pocket. It literally splays open, and you have access to the contents that you need. Free Matt Hoover, Vincent. I don't know who Matt Hoover is. Who is Matt Hoover? John, do you have external microphone when you do live streams? I think you have pretty good sound. No. I'm using a giant iPad, and it's heavy, so I hold it like in the crook of my arm by my elbow and my bicep, and I just have the microphone piece close to my mouth here. That's why it sounds good. Oh, CRS Firearms. Look. The CRS Firearms guy knew he was stepping on dicks. I don't think he should be in jail either. But a friend of his came to me and wanted me to ship out his auto key cards as gifts to my customers. And I said, dude, I'm not going to touch that with a fucking 10-foot pole. You are asking to fucking have the feds hit your shit. And if you were fucking around with that stuff and thought that wasn't coming back on you, you got another thing coming. Like, that shit was like playing with fucking poisonous snakes. I don't think there should be any gun laws. But I also know what a federal fucking search warrant looks like. Like, if you were dealing with those things and thought you weren't getting fucked, you're retarded. Going to sign a Corpsman Advanced Technician Field, basically spec warfare medic. That's cool, man. know how SOT works. Looked into it real hard a while ago. It's all neat, guys, but you open yourself. You open yourself to fucking scrutiny over everything. David Hosfeld. Placed my first SOE order 10 years ago today. Hey, thanks, buddy. How'd you know that? How'd you know it was 10 years ago today? How was that on your radar? Also, when you say you checked with ATF and they said it was completely legal, I was sitting in tactical response when ATF came in and was fucking auditing the books. I was also sitting in TAC response when ATF came in 6 years later auditing the books, and Yeager said, hey, this is how the last fucking ATF people told us to do it. And they said, well, we're the new ATF people, and it is open to our interpretation. So, yeah, I mean, you do whatever you want, man. Literally, I think you should do whatever you want. And hopefully it's never a fucking problem. It's also never a problem until it's a fucking problem. And think about who's giving these people up. It's always somebody they called a friend. It's a wife. It's a girlfriend. It's their best friend. It's always somebody that has some shit in common that you were hanging out with. The FBI and the ATF didn't just stumble across that motherfucker. People can't keep their mouth shut. If you're going to go make a machine gun, how do they find out you got a machine gun? Because your dumbass fucking told somebody. I sat through ATF audit at a place I worked some years back. They're not comfortable. Yeah, pissed off neighbor. Looking at order history last week, can't believe how time flies. No kidding, man. No kidding, it sure does. And the older you get, the faster it goes. Apparently they're trying to connect. I thought the binary trigger thing's over with. I thought you can unhide your binary triggers. I thought that happened like a couple weeks ago. I thought all that binary trigger and the stock shit, I thought that all got slapped down. Changed the rule, created felon overnight. Hear you though, it was dangerous territory. Just keep your fucking mouth shut, man. Just fucking be quiet. Don't tell anybody you used your Baofeng without a ham license or straight to federal prison. Sooner or later, probably. One DOT agent will tell you the only factory installed lights have to function. The next one says any light on the truck has to work. Yeah. FRT trigger and binary trigger are two different things. They don't like the FRT triggers. Ham FUDs will direction find you. Yep. Man, I mean, and how many guys literally do whatever the fuck you want to do? I believe that's your God-given right. The Constitution is not what you're allowed to do. It's what your government's not allowed to do to you. But keep your fucking mouth shut, man. Just fucking act as though everything you do today is going to be illegal in the future. And if you act like that, even if it doesn't become illegal, you're going to be safer than if you run your fucking mouth. How many guys go into fucking divorce court and their wife fucking says some shit that they said? Keyed mic on my radio when I got them. Been looking over my shoulder. Triangulate, yep. Marine General in charge of Middle East Command conceded the Marine ball. He said they need to be in a state of readiness. Well, I mean, our Department of Defense says we're going to war with China in 25. Wait till this draft kicks in because it's fucking coming. And all these little twats worried about being drafted. They're not fucking going to war. Some of them will. Who's going to war? Your kids are going to war. Who do they want to get rid of when they do population removal? When they fucking send all these people every time there's a world war or a mass war? It ain't the liberals' kids going out there and fighting. It's your fucking kids. Who do they want to remove from society? You. Your fucking last name's who they want to remove. Pillow talk with Maryland got JFK and his brother ended. War Pig's gonna. It's the Porsche, yeah. We took dudes out of prison and sent them to Vietnam. Other countries take dudes out of prison and send them to the United States. All this draft shit for a reason. They don't want everybody to be surprised when it happens. Yeah, and keep you in a state of turmoil as well. Army just sent out orders to 400 new recruiters. 800, buddy. 800 new recruiters. 800 new recruiters, told them report to duty in 1 week. You will not be home for Christmas. Colonel Cooper. Yeah, I met Colonel Cooper. Met him in a log cabin in Gillette, Wyoming. Scully and I walked in, and lo and behold, there was Colonel Cooper. Yes, I did meet him. Yeah, they're taking those, and it's not just the Army. I don't think. You report to recruiter school, recruiter training as a sergeant, and the day you graduate recruiter training, you get up in rank. You become a staff sergeant. You get a promotion. Will a 410 or 20 gauge shell fit in the shotgun rig? No. 20 will. It's a little loose. 410 will not. You know where it will fit though? The 410 will fit in the lever gun chest rig or in our rifle ammo cards. Like right now, fighting age males across the border every day. Only women and children crossing are for bad intentions. Yes, they used to DNA. Do you know that? Do you know before the Biden administration, when people would cross the border as families, they would DNA test them? Do you know they're not DNA testing them now? Did you know that? You know they're also not vaccinating them? Maybe they'll bring back chocolate chip, maybe. And if you can recruit 24 in a year, you get SFC. Interesting. Got a feeling it's going to be a real war. Yeah, of course they're going to get you in a real war. What are they thinking more recruiters are going to do? It's not like people are not aware of the military. Because they're going to send them out to your kids' high schools. They're going to be in shopping malls again. Big push. You're not a patriot. Who gives a shit about being patriots? You and I do, not liberals. Liberals don't care about fucking patriotism. Love the haunted house. Live in Kansas City, Missouri. We have the Edge of Hell, the Beast of Catacombs. Interesting. I went over there because it's a local business, man. I don't go to haunted houses. Just not interested in them. I love fall and Halloween and stuff, but I don't enjoy the jump scare thing and the haunted house thing. I went over there to help him. That's why I went there. And it's interesting to see in the comments of that, people are like, oh my God, don't go there. You're opening yourself to the portals of hell. Satan's going to crawl in bed with you. It's bizarre the things that people think. Become a country of slaves. Yes, we are all slaves. That's very true. Working to send our money to support other countries in wars. Yeah. When the United States has a catastrophe happen, when something happens in the United States, how many countries send money? How many countries raise money for a state or a city when a tornado rips through here. Nobody sends money anywhere other than the United States. We're the only fools to sit around in church and sit around and do GoFundMes to raise money for motherfuckers that you're never going to meet. Meanwhile, when people and things happen to people that you do know, you don't do a fucking thing about it to help them. Got a 20-year-old with $80,000 in school loans, never be paid off, and tell them the Army will pay it and they will sign up. Maybe not right away. Maybe. Waverly Hills Sanatorium here in Louisville, but the haunted house isn't the actual building anymore, I don't think. Aaron, they used to have it inside Waverly. There's not any other buildings up there. And I watched some investigation videos from a month ago, and the haunted house is still there, or at least remnants of it if it's not. But there's not like outbuildings at Waverly. When you see the aerial views, it has to be in the sanitarium. It has to be in the hospital if it's there. Country's in trouble. Future of our country does not look good. Cooking with South Philly. I'll have to check the channel out. Yeah, I think we can all agree on that. So what do you do about it, right? Remove yourself from it. Start a business. If your business is structured properly, then you don't pay taxes. You buy things in lieu of paying taxes. Now, to not pay taxes, you have to make money. This is a $20,000 tax write-off. That only works if you made $20,000 against it, right? If you owe $20,000 in taxes. Start a business. Provide a service or good that people need, not just entertainment and amusement. I'm not saying don't have a component of that. But could your business stay viable if the power went out? Could your business stay viable if your customers lost their jobs? Right? If you're a dentist, people are going to beg, borrow, steal, pay whatever you want to make their pain go away. Find a good that people need, a service that people seek out, and then figure out how to get them to pay you in a means other than cash, right? So there's not a record. What could you trade or barter? How could you lower your monthly bills yet still live in the same comfort that you live in? Near Flint. Used to live on 8 in like Flint, Michigan? Killer light animation show right on. Traditional tribal lands that let us divert tax money into building upgrades. They set up something outside. Got it. Got out of the Army in 2015, and I still get calls every 2 years. We are all collateral. Why do you have debt with almost zero exports? Yep. Patriotic parents will be labeled domestic terrorists. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off here in a couple minutes. Anything you want to say or discuss before we get off of here? There's just not, like, Waverly Hills is there, but there's not stuff there, right? It's like when somebody bought it, they went through and cleaned everything out and even swept it out. I mean, there is nothing left in there from the original hospital other than the building. How's the hospital where we live? It's horrible. Drive 30 minutes to the next hospital, or take a helicopter if you really need a hospital. There's a service here you subscribe to. It's like $60 a year, and they will transport you by helicopter if it's, traumatic or whatever. You're taking the helicopter ride one way or another if you need it. But this way you don't have to pay the $5,000 or more for the transport. The hospital here barely does wound closure. Leaving Michigan, best thing I ever did. Any tips on shipping empty mason jars? I don't know. We get empty mason jars that come in here. You're going to have some broke. The off-brand Ball seems to be stronger glass, and I think there really is something to that. The Ball canning jars are better jars. We ordered not thousands, but probably close to 1,000 a couple years ago. Sometimes we get a whole flat that's smashed. Sometimes we wouldn't. If you bought pallets of canning jars that came on a semi-truck, those were always fine. The issue is the transition when it comes UPS or FedEx. That's where the issue happens. Guys in Michigan tracking on the anti-2A bills. Did you ever think about moving out of Tennessee? No, we moved to Tennessee from San Diego. And no, I do not intend to move out of Tennessee. Damn sure don't want them drafting my boys to go fight some bullshit war. Yeah. Time goes backwards tonight. Yep, I've seen that. When I was a teenager, we used to go out there before it was bought and cleaned out back in the 90s. I love the 3 mile. I live 3 miles. Yeah, that's awesome. We go to some insane asylums, and there's still a lot of stuff in the asylums. Like, everything is still there. It just rots away over time. But Waverly is very sterile. There is nothing there. There's like one gurney. I think there's an autopsy table there, but almost everything's gone. What leverage will they use to enforce the draft? They'll turn all your shit off. They know that all your kids exist. They're just going to make it so that they can't have a bank. The sheriff will eventually show up. I mean, think about that, right? If you don't want your kids being drafted, are your kids going to hide as a criminal or a felon, as though they're wanted? Are they going to be willing to hide? How long are they going to hide for? 5 years, 10 years? Could you take your teenager right now and tell them you can't leave the house? How would that go for you? Your kids are probably going to turn themselves in. Do I think they'll bring back the draft? I do think so, yeah. Have you ever seen a ghost? Something unexplained. I've not seen a ghost, but yes, we had a ghost here. It was attached to something we brought in. I've told the story many, many times. We were at an asylum also last year. Right before we got there, I knew some guys that were there, and I said, hey, where should we park? And they're like, hey, we just left. The paranormal activity is off the charts. I'm like, well, what do you mean? He said that we were running EVP recorders, and when we listened to them, there's all kinds of voices on them. They were down in the tunnels, and as they were recording, they were using like a thermal on the camera. And he's like, oh my God, something just went through my arm. And when you looked at it on video, there was in fact an orb came right through his arm right when he said that. We were there for 7 hours that day. And when I left, I asked Amanda, I said, did you feel anything? And she said, I didn't, but I wasn't really open to it. We were in the morgue. They have a set of 4 or 6 coolers. And you open this freezer door, these little freezer doors, and the tray pulls out, and that's where they put the dead bodies. These guys laid on those trays, and he fell asleep. He was in there about 30 minutes, and there was all kinds of recordings. We were in there, didn't hear anything, nothing was on the recordings afterwards, but we weren't really looking for that either. We went a lot of places through that building. There's 2 miles of tunnels that connect 6 buildings, and we didn't see anything odd. There was nothing odd on the videos afterwards either. But many people have been there, some of which are people that we actually know, and there is definitely some shit that happens there. A morgue. Yeah, I've got a child's autopsy table over here. Came out of another morgue. Do you think Trump's going to run for president? Yeah, I think he is. Badge, bang, glitch. Badge, bang, glitch in the Emacs. I don't know what you're talking about. Tom McDonald has, yeah, he's talking about that place up in Canada, yeah. Head to Bolivia, huh? You ever been to Bolivia? Did time go back last night? I thought it was last night. I don't know. It doesn't change anything for me. Like, we work every day. Is that Alpine Micro 12? It's a 12 gauge. It'll get dirty though. If you get it, you better Scotch guard it. Have you sewed anything on? Have you done anything on this, Tim? The sewing machine oil even stains it, like you see it, using Alpine. I went to a funeral home for career day in high school. Very interesting. They're finding a lot of old mortuaries and funeral homes. There was one in Nashville a couple years ago. There's been several of these that have happened in the last year. And urban exploration, somebody will break in and then somebody else will see the door open and they go in and they found like body parts. They found a child in a coffin that had never had a funeral, like it had been there for years. There's a lot of that. And then a lot of those people too, they just have interest in science and, you know, dead shit, and they keep trophies, a lot of them. Eureka Springs is super haunted. Black leader said the problem with Republicans is they don't invest money to promote their beliefs. Yeah, Bet David had a guy on from the UCLA the other day, I think. That was pretty interesting. Do I take creatine? I take a lot of things that have creatine. I don't currently take creatine. I think creatine does work as a cell volumizer. People, if you read the labels on a lot of your shit, a lot of your pre-workouts and stuff actually have creatine in it. I take testosterone. There's nothing that's going to work. Everybody's like, hey, you can eat this thing and it'll boost your testosterone. You know what else will boost your testosterone? Fucking testosterone will. I believe in SOE, so that's where I send my money. Yeah. There's some cool shit over in Arkansas too. Some like asylums and old hospitals and shit. All right, guys. Seems to be a lull in comments here, so I'm out of here. Everybody have a good night. Hold on. What do I think about the all-meat diet? I think it works. I'm not eating all meat, but I'm eating mostly meat. On days when I do eat all meat, I feel good. And then when I eat stuff other than meat, like high carbs, the next couple days or whatever, my aches and pains come back. When I drink alcohol, aches and pains come back. When I eat dessert, my knee hurts, right? The shit that hurts. And what I realize is when I don't eat trash and I eat a lot cleaner, I don't notice that I feel better, but the aches go away, and I notice them especially when I eat poorly again. Did sew a Boogie Bag 500 Alpine before. I don't remember staining it. Yeah, they will, man. They get dirty quick. Yeah, it's about reducing inflammation. Carbohydrates feed inflammation. Carbohydrates become sugar. Sugar feeds inflammation. People with cancers, if they would go, like, what do they tell you to do when you get cancer? They tell you all this bullshit to eat. Eat fucking meat. I believe that when you are sick, they are not interested in making you not sick. I think they are interested in selling you drugs. And with that, I am out of here. We have these conversations all the time. We put a ton of content up, guys. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok, Facebook. We're on YouTube. We've got over 4,000 videos here on YouTube. So put them in your ear if you're interested. cucumbers and asparagus. Okay, a lot of people are allergic to asparagus. If your piss stinks when you drink asparagus, you probably shouldn't be eating asparagus. I ate asparagus for years and years. I just don't like it anymore. But what does it do for you? I eat a lot of cucumber because it's something I can get a contrast with the steak. I'll take cucumber, slice it up, put it in the refrigerator so that it's cold. It came out of the refrigerator anyways before I sliced it. Put sea salt. I use, crushed. I use rock salt and then use a grinder. And I eat that because it's a nice contrast with the steak as it comes off of the grill. I cook the steak with salt and pepper and butter. Ribeye and butter. Yep, that's what I do too. You can see John's bicep veins and toes on SOE. Yeah, I have a lot of veins as my body fat comes down. Here's, like, we went and had sushi for dinner, but when I got back, I cooked a ribeye. I will use that ribeye, the rest of it, for breakfast tomorrow. Fila, what's Fila? Cooking at South Philly. You hungry now? Cavenders. What is this giant dog barking at? He's just howling. He started doing that a while ago. He started howling anytime there's a siren. The ones out front are barking now. Woof, woof. Lyle's Barbecue, amazing salt, pepper, garlic powder. Right on. I'm moving to making all of our own stuff. I'm even questioning, like, where the raw goods come from. So this is Redmond's salt. Comes out of that bag right there. This, I do highly question where Sam's Club is sourcing all their stuff. It is at least a glass jar. This honey came from my friend's farm. Like, we know the bees that came out of. So I'm moving towards that, right? We talk about meat all the time. We are going to make some bread, but we're going to take that bread and we're going to make it from wheat berries that we grind up, right? We're moving to single ingredient. And when I say single ingredient, I guess what I mean is more like scratch cooking from raw ingredients. I almost threw my phone when you barked. Anyone see the actual insurrection on November 4th at the White House versus January 6th hoax? Well, the bigger question is, are you aware that they actually detonated explosives in a bomb in the Capitol building and actually blew up an entire chamber in the Capitol building in when am I talking, the 90s, guys? Maybe right before. Are you aware that Bill Clinton pardoned the lady that was responsible for the bomb? Do you know where she is now? She runs a group called Act Blue. Do you know who Act Blue is? It's the biggest fundraiser. It's the fundraiser for BLM. And all that BLM money that was raised went to the Democratic Party. That was a real bomb, like with military plastic explosives bomb. Actually, it was the leaders of now Bolsheviks' lies materialized that Obama pardoned. Obama didn't pardon her. You're mistaken. Bill Clinton pardoned her. And it was the Weather Underground. That is who that was. Yes, that female right there. Iodine and tablet salt is good for the thyroid. Just add iodine, guys. They started go try to find salt without iodine, right? Most salt has iodine in it, or at least that you're going to get in the grocery store. Iodine, you have a lot of things that you intake every day that disrupt your endocrine system. So when you have chlorine, bromine, and things like that, they block the uptake of iodine. The iodine is what actually controls your endocrine system. So when you hear people, my thyroid, a lot of times it's the iodine is not being uptaken by the body, or you're simply not ingesting iodine. Reluctant Trading Company, Tellyberry Black Hole Peppercorns. Interesting. Check that out. January 6th. Yeah, January 6th. Are you seeing all the footage coming out? Do you notice you're not seeing it? You know, the footage is being put out from January 6th, where when they were in the chambers there, the Capitol Police came in and said it's time to go, and everybody left, right? They didn't want you to see any of that. Your local FBI agent, exactly. All right, guys, listen, I'm out of here for real. Everybody have a great night.